Hello, and welcome to NJ Thrive Small Business Webinars. Today is Thursday, October 24th. You are attending one of our weekly webinars created to help New Jersey small business owners start, grow, and thrive. My name is Uzma. I'm a consultant here at NJSBDC. That stands for New Jersey Small Business Development Centers. We are a network and a statewide program powered by the SBA and partners alike to help small businesses in New Jersey specifically with three things. And those things are no cost small business consulting, training and events starting at $0, and exclusive small business resources. If you are new here, then welcome. We welcome you and we hope that you enjoy this webinar and many more. And there will be many more webinars that catch your interest. And we hope to continue serving you. And if you've been attending our webinars, then thank you so much for your continued support. We appreciate it. Just to share a little bit about NJSBDC, if you'd like to learn more, go to njsbdc.com. But the map that you see on the screen is, of course, the state of New Jersey. You'll see that there are a couple of small SBDC logos in certain counties, in some counties. So just a little FYI is that we, as I mentioned, we're a statewide program. And that means that we serve all the counties in the state of New Jersey. Some of our regional centers, the logos that you see, that's where our regional centers are located, regional centers and satellite offices. And our regional centers and satellite offices serve either one or more counties. So any small businesses in New Jersey, any residents in New Jersey that would like to take advantage of our services, you can find us throughout the state, and you can always learn more at njsbdc.com. All right, agenda. We have a couple of headlines that we'd like to share with you, then the presentation from our speaker and Q&A session after. As always, we want to share a couple of small business headlines of the week. I will go through these very, very briefly to save time, but the links for these articles, press releases will be shared. These are just things that are happening in the community that we think the small businesses should be aware of. And the first we'd like to share is from NJEDA, New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Just like NJSBDC, NJEDA is a great and premier source for the small business community. Always keep an eye and keep this resource in your loop. Published just yesterday, Governor Murphy highlights more than $1 billion investment in child care sector since start of administration, announces additional $17 million in American Rescue Plan funding to upgrade and expand child care facilities. All right, so if you are in this industry, the child care industry, the sector, then this is definitely of interest to you. Definitely look into this. The link will be provided in the chat. All right, let me just quickly go through this. Through the program, which awards of up to $200,000, the NJEDA has approved $85 million in grants to cover 400 child care centers that collectively enroll over 34,000 children, employ 8,000 plus staff. Inclusion of new funding now anticipates another 200 centers will receive awards, bringing up to 600 child care centers. So pretty exciting news. Definitely keep this in mind when doing your research into the sector. All right, next is NJBIA, New Jersey Business and Industry Association, also a great resource. This particular article is how New Jersey's film industry creates growth opportunities for small business. This is actually this coincides with our webinar today. So New Jersey's film industry and economic engine for small business live online event, takes place from 12 happening right now, but I'm sure there will be a recording of this. So if you're interested, definitely take a look later on. And this also talks about our sister organization from SBA, SCORE, which is also a nonprofit organization and resource partner. All right, so this is basically about film tax incentives that are attracting movie and TV productions to New Jersey and how this benefits small businesses that can act as vendors. Next, from ACEA, Atlantic County Economic Alliance. Let's see. And this is about an event that one of our NJSBDC regional centers is participating in. So NJSBDC at Stockton is one of the hosts that is participating in this event. So for more information, you can contact these two individuals. But John Blackstock, Robert Ufert, some of the names that most well-known names in the small business community in New Jersey will be there. So if you're interested, October 29th from 8 a.m. to 11:30 in person at this location. And last, from NJEDA Life Sciences Alternative Funding Panel, North Brunswick Township. This is also an event happening today at 5 p.m. This is something of interest to life sciences companies. So if you're one of those, definitely attend. All right, without taking much time, that concludes. Just to help our speaker out and also to just network, please go ahead in the chat and let us know what sort of small business you have, where you're attending from, if you're from New Jersey or any other state, and what you'd like to learn and anything that you'd like to share about your small business. Just some things to keep in mind. If you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A box that will be next to the chat box or just in the Zoom bar below. If you have any questions, we'll address them at the Q&A session at the end. And the webinar resources, which are the slides from our speaker today. If you complete our brief survey, which is just tell us if we did good, if we did bad, what you'd like to see more of, then complete the survey and you'll get the slides. This webinar is being recorded from start to finish. If you miss anything, if you like to rewatch, then it will be available on our YouTube channel. Now, that is enough for me. I'd like to welcome our newest member of the team, Christian Shah, who is our marketing consultant, presenting on Holiday Marketing Mastery Boost Your Small Business Sales this season. So I hope everyone can give Christian a warm welcome, not only to the team here, but also as one of our speakers that we hope that we'll see again. So Christian, I'll stop sharing my screen and the floor is yours. Go ahead.
All righty. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let me get the screen set up here. All right. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, full screen, you're good.
All right, great. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the webinar today. Thank you very much, Uzma, for the introduction. My name is Christian Shah. I'll be your host today. And I'm really excited to be here with all of you. Thank you for posting in the chat as well. It's very great to, get a sense for who's on the call today. Just a little bit about me. I'm a Rutgers Business School graduate the Bachelor of Science in Business Management. I've worked in marketing for over, 2015 I started in marketing, so almost 10 years. And I worked in corporate marketing, helping direct to consumer brands basically manage millions of dollars in advertising spend. And I've supported over 200 small businesses, just like everybody here, with digital marketing. And really the mission that I'm brought on in the New Jersey Small Business Development is to bring marketing support and help small business owners establish internet presence. So yes, April, go Rutgers. Exactly. Hope everybody's enjoying the wonderful New Jersey weather, by the way. Here's the intention of the seminar. By the end of this presentation, you will have a clear understanding of how to create a holiday offer and increase your Q4 sales. So I thought this was the most relevant information and content that I could bring you guys today, seeing as that, we are in Q4. And so let's get into the agenda for today. So the agenda, first things first, let's review the data. You'll see this is apparent in the philosophy and the way that I do marketing and consult with business owners. We always start with the data. Then we'll get into creating an offer, and we'll get into the offer launch roadmap to conclude the presentation. And by the way, I love the interactivity. The more that you guys can post in the comments and questions, the better I can tailor and customize this presentation for you all. So yeah, definitely keep posting. I will be checking the chat and making references to all of you guys. So thank you all for being here. Melissa, Christine, Bonnie, Allie, Larry. Thank you, everybody. All right.
Christian, can I just interrupt there while you're talking about the chat just for a second there? If everyone's wondering what is Christian talking about, where is he seeing these messages? So most of these messages are going to just hosts and panelists, so just us, like we're seeing them. If you'd
Hmm.
like your message to be seen by everyone and interact with everyone, please select everyone in the drop-down menu for the message so it can go to all and be viewable by all.
Thank you for
Just
that,
my,
Uzma.
yep.
Yeah, I definitely encourage everybody to send messages to everyone here. This is a community of business owners in the greater New Jersey area, the tri-state area. And so this is great to network and build connections and also learn about how to establish internet presence for your business. So let's get into it. So who is this training not for? So I want it to be very specific here and clear. This training is not specifically designed if you do not have a product or service yet for sale, which basically means if you're not in business yet, if you're pre-revenue, or if you just don't have something for sale, it's not really going to be intended for you. And if you're already advertising profitably already, this is not for you either. We have other presentations, and I'll speak a little bit more about this, but we have other presentations in the internet marketing curriculum to help you scale up your advertising efforts. But if you're already advertising profitably, this is more of a basic training to get you set up to be able to do that. So I just wanted to be specific there. So who is this training for? This training is for established business owners with revenue. Ideally, you would at least have 3 customer success stories. And I'm speaking broadly. I know there's many industries here. Sally is a graphic designer. Gavith is a health and wellness coach. Amanda. Um, I'm speaking broadly throughout this presentation. Ideally, you would have 3 customer success stories. Testimonials would be ideal as well, so that you can use that further in your internet presence and your marketing. And thirdly, you're coachable, open to new ideas, and willing to learn and try new things. Before we start, please, I ask everybody to, put on their phone, do not disturb, take out a pen and pencil, or pen and paper. I'm old fashioned. I like to do pen and paper, and really just use this hour and a half that we have together, to just zone in, because this will make, my intention is to make this um, give you the return on investment that you're spending your time on this webinar to do. The holidays are coming up. This is a great time to market your business if you're not already. And so, yeah, I just wanted to just kind of like shake it up. Everybody just kind of stretch out and get into the mindset of learning and being coachable. So let's jump in. All right. So getting to know all of you, and we're alluding to this already. Thank you, Uzma. What sort of products or services do you currently sell? Glenda, Deltona Discount Tires, sell automotive care at Landon County. Great. Glenda Noreen, plus size fashion designer in Bergen County. Welcome. Yeah, and just to reiterate, I suggest sending the messages to everybody so that everybody can see who you are and what you do, and we can connect with each other in the chat. So Glenda and Spencer, you're only sending it to the hosts and panelists, Deanna as well. Would you mind speaking a little bit louder? Sure. Erica, yeah, thank you for the feedback. I will try to speak up. So yeah, definitely let me know if you can hear me all right. Okay. What kind of people buy from you? So we have a sense of products and services that you guys sell. We have some e-commerce, or retail store owners, clothing and accessories, all natural hair and skincare. But we also have B2B services on here as well. Tax filing, tax planning, bookkeeping services, which is great. So we have a good broad batch of everybody. So what kind of people buy from you? This is the first step into marketing, discussing our customer avatar and who we serve from a demographic point of view, as well as a psychographic point of view. So try to just put in one or two sentences about what type of people typically buy from you. Are they business owners, Lashana? Are they um, families or parents of children? So just start to do this work for yourself. And then why do they buy? Final question. And I'll give you a hint here. It's either to move towards pleasure or move away from pain. These are the two fundamental human motivations and essentially what we're all selling um, in product or service form. We're selling a way for people to move out of, to move away from pain or move towards pleasure. So I'll give you an example. For the person who was just, oh, I just saw this, the med spa owner, Stephanie. You own a med spa, and my uncle talks about this all the time. He has a med spa in Temecula, California. Uh, Beauty and ugliness is a real pain. I'm speaking from experience. If you have blemishes, if you have stuff going on, if you're not attractive in today's world, it's a real pain point, and your business solves that. Obviously, that's just one of the things that you do, but start to see for your own selves why, what motivates your customers to buy, what really keeps them up at night, and why why are they compelled to take out their wallet and pay you money to solve that problem, to solve that need for them. So this is really going to be starting to used in our marketing, in our internet presence. Yeah, so let's get one more comment, one or two more comments on why do they buy, and then I can just move into the next slide. Specifically, I promote and sell my children's books. Okay. All right. They buy to keep as a keepsake item. I customize quilts. Yeah, so LaDonna, I'll push you a little bit more. So keepsake items for the customized quilts. You could even say this is um this is to be, you know, I mean, I can speak from experience. My parents, they're empty nesters, and so they don't have me and my sister living at the house anymore. This is kind of memorabilia to help with, the pain of having their children leave the house. So we can all start to see how our products and services have a fundamental human motivation of helping our clients or customers move away from pain or move towards pleasure. Um, and I just want to say one more thing on that. Pain is um, even more motivating than moving towards pleasure. Um, so if you can align your product or service with helping somebody solve a pain, it's going to be even that more motivating for somebody to buy your product at the end of the day. Okay. So the big question that I want to pose to you all is the following. Will buying ads work for your business? Right. Because this is fundamentally what we all came here to ask ourselves. Will buying ads, will spending money for our small business result in a positive return on investment and get sales and get more customers? So I want to share a quick story about an HVAC contractor that I used to work with. He always said this. He said to me, Christian, I never click on ads. And he was fundamentally biased because he said, since, basically he did not click on ads, and so he did not advertise his business, and he didn't believe anybody clicked on ads. He felt that all of his customers would feel the same way. Despite his skepticism, we launched a Google Ads campaign. This was back when I just started back in like 2016, and it was much cheaper on Google. And to his surprise, not only did the data show that his target audience was clicking the ads, but he was getting phone calls, lead form fills, and he was making more sales as a result. So this experience just reinforces a key lesson. Personal opinions will always mislead us. There's an old expression, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie. And so really what I want to stress is, will buying ads for work for your business? The answer is, I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that the numbers do not lie. And so that's where we're going to start. This is a marketing basic. And this goes into the philosophy of how I run all of the marketing campaigns that I oversee and manage. Um, this is one of the fundamental principles of effective marketing is to prioritize data over personal opinions. It's natural for us to have ideas or dare I even say assumptions about what might work best based on our experiences or on preferences, but it's always best to make data-driven decisions based on the data. And so um, we rely on data to look at customer behaviors, preferences, trends with, current internet presence, um, apps and technology. We're able to see data at just just a super exciting pace that traditional forms of advertising, newspaper, print, billboards, outdoor advertising just didn't let you all do. I don't have too much experience with that, but I can see clearly that, social media and internet presence, you can really track the numbers a lot more accurately than, let's say, a radio broadcast or a print flyer. And so data will show us the path. By letting data guide our strategy, we remove the guesswork and our personal biases, which leads to much more efficient and effective marketing. And in the end, it's really the numbers to show us what's truly working and what's not, allowing us to optimize our campaigns and achieve the best possible results. So let's look at the data. So this is a couple of research studies that I put together just to show, based on these studies, this one is from, I think this is, what is this, Harvard? Yeah. So this one is from Oxford, a study from University of Oxford that found digital marketing strategies could significantly boost revenues for small to medium-sized enterprises. And companies investing into online marketing are seeing notable increases in customer acquisition and overall sales. I'm not going to read too in depth, but another one, a bibliometric review analyzed the impact of social media on small and medium-sized businesses from 2007 to 2022. And it highlighted how social media aids in customer engagement, enhances marketing strategies, and can lead to a positive return on investment. So in conclusion, based on these studies and the data that's presented in this research, investing into online marketing can yield substantial benefits for you all, for small business owners, by helping you connect more with people, improve brand visibility, and ultimately drive more sales. So for further insights, you'll be able to get these slides and recording, so you can look into these data and research even closer. So that's just a broad overview of generically all small businesses across the United States of America. But can we get a little bit more granular with the data? So I pulled this report. This one is showing industries across across multiple industries on the platform Facebook. And I say Facebook here. I'm going to reference this in a little bit, but I say Facebook here because in my professional opinion, Facebook is going to be the best place for 80% of the small businesses on this call today. And in the conversations I have and the sit downs I have, Facebook by and large is the best place to set up your brand and start and target your target customers. Your target customers are on this platform. It's the most sophisticated advertising platform, and I can say more and more on that. I noticed someone was asking about TikTok before in the chat, and while there's great other platforms, LinkedIn for B2B, Instagram, which Facebook owns, TikTok, and etc. Unfortunately, the scope of this webinar is not going to be able to include all of these different social platforms. I have a whole internet presence curriculum that really deep dives into all the social media platforms to grow your business. But for the sake of time and in the interest of today, just getting an offer up for the holiday season, I'm really going to be focusing on Facebook. And take what I'm saying, and you can relate it back to the other platforms. But Facebook is a nice general platform to use for your business 80% of the time. There's some specific businesses like I was working with an elevator manufacturer who sold very specific um, equipment for elevator contractors. And so there's, of course, going to be um, there's going to be uh, business cases that don't fit into this, but for the most part, Facebook is where we want to be. So if you see here, you can see the average conversion rate by industry on the Facebook ads platform. And so this is data across most of the industries that are, I'm assuming, that are here today. So if you're in arts and entertainment or legal services, I saw somebody in beauty and personal care, you can self-select. And since there are so many industries and so many different types of business owners today, I really need you to self-select and do the work to identify if this is a viable solution for your business. And so you can see across the board, the conversion rates range from 3% in the travel industry all the way up to 10% plus in the industrial and commercial industry. That's surprising. Huh. And 11% for dentists and dental services. So if you're in any of these industries, you can start to put together, based on the data that we see here, that this is going to be a viable platform if you see your industry listed. If you don't see your industry listed, that is an indicator that this may not be the right platform, and you might have to look elsewhere. But if you do see it on here, that's another check box that you can say, um, this might be workable. Okay, so I wanted to wrap this data, this heady stuff with a question to you all. Because I get asked all the times, what platform should I use? Should I, build a website? Should I do Facebook? Should I focus on TikTok? And I'm glad this question is coming up now. Like, what platform do you use? So I would like to pose another question to you all, and I would like to say, what would you say if these companies, ABC News, CBS, NBC, CNN, and Fox, came to you and asked you to do a interview live on their news platform to promote your business and your products and services? What would you say to them? If you're like me or any of the other business owners that I talk to, you would say yes to every single one of them, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of how you feel about these networks. You understand that these networks get attention, and we our mission is to, you know, despite our personal opinions and our beliefs, our livelihood, our business is the most important things, and our families, of course, are the most important things to us. And so when these, in the same vein, when people ask, what social platform should I use? It's a question of you want to be, you want to use all the opportunities that are given to you, all the resources that are given to you. You want to make use out of them, especially because the social platforms are free. You don't need it. You don't need to pay a developer to set up a Facebook page or Twitter or X.com or TikTok, like you would have to with a website. You can start today, start posting and start getting attention on all those platforms, right? Yeah, absolutely. Larry, you set up exactly what I was going to go into next. Be everywhere, but one at a time. Um, my job today is to not overwhelm, but really create a step-by-step process that you can just do one step at a time and eventually build your brand on all these platforms. But really, the best place to start is just one at a time. So yeah, thank you for saying that, Larry. So back to the question, will buying ads work for your business? So I want to get into the weeds a little bit and do a little bit of stress testing with you all, that you can self-reflect. So in the market that you're in the industry that you're in, are there any competitors? If there are, you can check. If there aren't any competitors in your market, that is a red flag. I'm going to be very adamant about this position. I'm well aware of the Silicon Valley guys and the startup businesses that raise all the venture capital, and they're doing this crazy AI and, meta, blockchain, crypto, all this buzzwords. That's maybe one day in the future. I don't want to, dampen anybody if anybody's into that type of stuff. For me, I'm a simple guy. Business for me is I spend $1 to make $3. That's all I'm trying to do. And so back to the point, if there are no competitors in the space, that's probably an indication that there's not yet a market. Um, there's not a market for it. There's nobody that's willing to pay for the products or services. And because if there were people willing to pay, there would be competitors already in the market. The competition is validation. I always like to say this from, a mentor of mine. Competition is validation. Okay, so that's the first rule. So if there are competitors in the space, that's that's a good thing. Are they running ads online? Are these competitors, you can see them now. Are they running ads on their Facebook page, on their TikTok page? What promotions are they running? Let me not get ahead of myself actually. So yeah, are they running ads online? This is a good indicator. If they aren't running ads online, that's always it's something to note, right? It's something to note. So if they are running ads online, you can list that as another indicator that buying ads is working for them. If it wasn't, they wouldn't be spending money, right? And then finally, are they profitable? So this is the hardest question to answer out of the three. But I just wanted to set this question up um, as just to think, just to think on, just to brainstorm about. This is outside of the scope of this presentation, so unfortunately, we're not going to deep dive into this today. That's going to be more in depth into the third part in the internet marketing curriculum series. It's a 3-part series where I go in depth into all the different marketing methods and the different social media platforms and how to set up your advertising campaign and get it to be profitable. So that's out of the scope for today's workshop. But these are 2 questions that we can start to ask ourselves before we even spend a dime, or potentially we've spent money already on Facebook or Google Ads, or internet marketing, email marketing. Perhaps we've already spent 50, 100, $1,000, and we aren't getting the results that we want. For example, we're not getting sales, we're not getting customers. And that could be a very frustrating place to be. But I want to go back to the data. I bring this back to, gosh, nearly every single one of the clients that I've worked with, everybody's had a bad experience with advertising or an agency or spending money on ads only to, never see anything come to fruition from that. But I advocate for putting the personal opinions aside and really looking at the data. Is there a market for it? Is your industry displayed on the Facebook conversion list? And are there any competitors running ads in your market online today? And they don't have to be local competitors. They could be national. They could be all the way across the country. Like my uncle is a med spa owner in California. I think he's running Instagram ads. Now I think about it, but anyways, so these are some questions to ask yourself if you're still asking yourselves, should you buy ads or not? A better question, because the quality of our answers are dictated by the quality of our questions. The better question we should all be asking ourselves is, how do I create an irresistible offer that people want to buy? Let's say that you're already validated and, there's competition, there's validation, there's a market, there's customers, there's people actively buying your products or services in your industry, in your market. How do we now create an irresistible offer that people want to buy? First, let's define what exactly is an offer. So I have these 2 cookies right here. So the one to the left is this generically store-bought brand of chocolate chip cookies. Okay. So that's the one on the left, and the one to the right is grandma's homemade chocolate chip cookies. Now, if I asked you which of these is the offer, which one of these is the offer? Takira says homemade. I'm going to cut to the chase. They're both offers. It was a trick question. Lawrence, you got it. They're both offers. So these are both offers. They're just packaged differently. One is generic and just states what they are, and another one has a little bit of marketing flair. It has a little bit of branding. It has a little bit of, hmm, what, irresistibility, right? So creating an irresistible offer. How exactly do we do this? Um, one way, one approach is finding the offers that competitors and people or I'm sorry, find offers that people are already buying and make yours even more irresistible, right? So how do we do this? So for the holiday season, we can do things like you've seen this already a million times. Limited time holiday offers, exclusive holiday discounts, 50% off, behind the scenes exclusive content, holiday gift guides. There's a, a bunch of different offers that we can create, and um, they all can work. They all are incentivizing or motivating the customer to take action and to buy your product. But I wanted to just share the idea of something that I like to call the irresistibility spectrum. So, in the context of perception and willingness to pay and to actually buy your product, I created this little chart, this little graph here that kind of shows what I'm alluding to. And so you can see the generic cookies all the way at the beginning. It's not really compelling. Like, yeah, I'd buy it if I was like in the mood for cookies, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to buy it. Nor is there a brand associated with the generic cookies that you get at Walmart. Further down the line, in the middle here, you can see this new fall pumpkin spice bowl, pumpkin spice smoothie, right? And I was walking by in town and I saw this and I was like, huh, this is a position. This is like I didn't go in. I didn't go in and buy this, but it got my attention. And I was like, wow, this is I feel a little bit pulled or compelled to try it. Actually, today I might try it out just to see how it is. But you start to see that you start to create this brand. And so at the far right end of the spectrum, we have Band-Aid and we have Kleenex. And these are at the epitome of irresistibility and brand, purely because it's synonymous with the product itself. Br br Band-Aid, Band-Aid is not it's a brand. It's a product, but when you get cut or when your kid gets cut or bruised, you ask, where's the band-aids? You don't ask for where's the medical bandages um uh to put on, you say where's the band-aid? Same thing with Kleenex tissues. A lot of people say, hey, can I get a tissue? But a lot of people say, can I get a Kleenex or Xerox back, copiers or Google, can you Google that? So these are brands that are so ubiquitous or so synonymous with the product or service themselves, they've become the they've become the product or they've become so synonymous with it. So in conclusion, Band-Aid exemplifies how strong branding can create this irresistible offer that transcends price competition. By fostering this brand loyalty, providing unique value, and effectively marketing your products or services. Just like Band-Aid, you can outsell generic offers, and you can also create a compelling reason for customers to choose your brand over all of the other competitors out there. So that's kind of a little bit on branding and creating an irresistible offer. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. For all of those who know me, I've been doing this for some time now. I'm very actionable. I'm very action oriented, and so that's what you get with me when you sit with a consultation or do a webinar or workshop like this. So I really want to get into the nitty gritty. How do we create our irresistible offer? So the first, so this is a three-part offer research guide, and I start this out with typically all clients who want to do a marketing campaign. If they're not running marketing already, this is a great place to start. So Groupon, of course, we all know, best for local services, local promotions. Perhaps you even advertised on Groupon yourself. I remember I was working with a trampoline park in Edison, and they blew up on Groupon. They got hundreds of new customers just by placing their promotion on Groupon. And Groupon I put here as a way to start getting our juices flowing, to start seeing the irresistible offers that are already out there in the marketplace. So if you navigate to Groupon.com, I'll just do a quick little, I hope all of you can see my screen still. Let me just check. Yes. Okay, cool. So this would be a place to start. Let's see, who do we have? So I saw a tax accountant, tax services. So this would be the first place I would start to get a sense of the different offers that are already existing in the marketplace. Um, and of course, take this and apply it to your own business. But you can see that I actually didn't even know that there's going to be tax preparation services on here. That's actually pretty crazy. But there's expert tax preparation and e-file for individuals or couples. Interesting. So let's say I'm interested in this. So everybody here, um, they are at least, I can say this with confidence, they're at least making money. I don't know if they're profitable, but they're definitely making sales, and they're definitely getting customers because they're listed on Groupon on the first page when I type in tax services. So if I was a gambling man, I would make a bet that everybody here is making money. Um, I don't know if they're profitable yet, but I can at least say they're making money. So um, the first step would be to see if your service or your product offering is listed on a place like Groupon, and to dissect what are these people selling? How are they promoting themselves? This person is saying up to 40% off for their tax services, right? And then you can see their offer here in depth. Okay, they do tax preparation for married couples, individuals, and small business owners or rental property owners. So great. And then you can see the fine print. Okay. And then just store this away in the mental, or actually let me step it up. Um, I would create a Google document that has all of this research information down, and then you can start to list out all the different links for the competitors in your market that are selling similar services. So this will start to give you an idea what people are actually already buying, right? Back to this. Find offers that people are already buying, and just make yourself a little bit more attractive than that. So that's the first step, Groupon. The second one would be Facebook ads library. Now, some of you may not know this, but you can go onto Facebook, type in Facebook ads library on Google, and there's a free library of advertisements for all types of businesses in United States, all around the world, actually. So let's say I'm a med spa. I'm using these same examples over and over again. So if you want to see, you're not seeing my screen. Oh gosh. What am I doing? Why is this not sharing this? Oh, I see. It's on another window. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So you would go to google.com, type in Facebook ads library. And yes, thank you for that, Carrie Ann. Um, this is where you can see a library of all the ads, past, present, um, in all types of categories, right? So let's say med spa. If you want me to use your business as an example, feel free to post it again in chat because there's a lot of business owners here. So let's say we want to see the other advertisements that med spas are running. So we can go to Facebook, type in med spa, and then we can see, okay, this person, Glow Med Spa. Don't miss this limited time offer. Get up to 70% off laser hair removal at Glow Med Spa. Interesting. And then you could see the video as well, or the creative. So some people are doing, looks like a little slideshow thing. That's cool. Some people are doing, oh, sorry about that. Some people are doing, looks like customer testimonials. No one ever thinks I'm 49. It's a great testimonial. Um, and again, go back to the research doc and go down the list and start to put into the Google document what ads are catching your eye, right? What are you seeing that is coming up again and again? Like this person, she's putting up multiple advertisements with testimonials. That's a that's a strong indication that testimonial advertising is working for her industry and her market. This one, skin consultation for $69. So you get the point. Um, you can type in any industry. Um, let's see, arts and crafts, interior design. Arts and crafts and interior design. Huh, that's interesting, Melissa. Let's just do interior design because I'm not. Is it arts and crafts like a studio or is it like a paint and sip place? What kind of arts and crafts is it? But yeah, for interior design, I'm sure there's people advertising like, okay, design spaces that improve lives. So I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the words that they use in the messaging, the um the offers, like the discounts, like in the med spa example, she was saying like $69 for a facial thing. All of these are offers that we can use in our home, in our own marketing. Melissa, you make and sell handmade crafts for home decor. Oh, very cool. Thank you for being here. So yeah, you can start to see the different ads. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to be profitable day one. At least I do. I don't want to spend money and test all these things. And after thousands of dollars, by the way, I've done this before. After thousands of dollars being in the red, I remember I spent $10,000 on a credit line. And when I was first starting out back in like 2016, 2017, and I was not it didn't work. I was in the hole, 10,000. And I was just very adamant about doing it my way. And, I know best for this industry. And it just didn't work, right? So a way we can cut the learning curve and cut the money curve, spare us and save us the money and investment into trying and testing ourselves. We can easily just come here and see what people are already spending money on, um, what people have potentially experimented with and done the testing and iterations and um, failures and going back to the drawing board and starting over again. So this is the case that I'm trying to make. Carrie Ann, when I try to use AI, it seems too wordy and not authentic. Interesting. It's interesting that you bring that up because that's the next point. ChatGPT, oops, I need to switch back to the screen now. Center view. Here we go. All right. So now we're switching back to the third piece of the offer research guide, putting this all together. So we have our Groupon competitors. We see the Groupon offers. If you can get 5 to 10 offers on Groupon, that would be great. I know not every product or service is listed on Groupon. So if it's not listed there, then just go to the next one, Facebook Ads Library. Facebook Ads Library, you should be able to find at least 5 to 10 example advertisements and then just screenshot it, take a picture, add to the Google Doc so that you can have it for when it comes time to create your own ad. And so the last piece of the offer research guide is using a little tool that I like to call ChatGPT. Just put a 1 in the chat or a yes in the chat. Have you heard of ChatGPT, and are you actively using ChatGPT, more importantly, for your small business and your marketing and your internet presence needs? Just curious. Yes, 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 absolutely, definitely, yes. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about this. This is an absolutely incredible tool. Sally, you got me beat. I didn't use Claude yet. Um, I just use ChatGPT. But Claude is great. ChatGPT is great. There's a lot of platforms. I would just stick with ChatGPT, just to be simple. So let's just do a quick little run through on ChatGPT, how I personally would use this to create a promotion or an advertisement for my business. So you can use this for literally anything. If you're not familiar with this, this is a free artificial intelligence tool, which is basically a fancy way of saying, um, pretend like it's a very smart, intelligent friend of yours that knows everything about what you're dealing with when it comes to relationships, health and wellness, um, business, marketing, and you can literally just talk to it and ask it questions and create um, ideas and strategies for your marketing plan or even business plan. So, like, um, if I was doing this offer research guide, let's pick out a new example that I haven't used yet. I saw someone teaching education, language school. That was it. So language school. So um, language school, please create a marketing plan based on competitors. I'll do successful competitors. And let's see where it spits out. The first question is always the hardest. Like what do you first ask? But you can start to get to the nitty-gritty. So here's a comprehensive marketing plan for your client's language school. Build a strong presence online. Great, that's what we're doing right now. Leverage social media and influencer partnerships. Offer free and value-packed resources. Okay, so this is where I really want to get into. So I want to say expand on 3. Please list out 5 or 10 offer ideas. And you all can do this the same for your business. Like, what are 10 offers? This is a great question to ask. What are 10 offers that other competitors are successfully profitably doing for their business? And it'll just spit out all the different offers. So that's pretty cool. A free language cheat sheet. Um, 7-day mini course, language learning toolkit, like an ebook, a newsletter. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm gonna say create a holiday offer. And this is where your expertise as the business owner comes in as well. Like what are your promotions? What can you discount? Um, what's currently working for you and putting it back into ChatGPT. So create a holiday offer for, let's see, Halloween. Let's see. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Cool. So yeah, this is actually ties into the next part, which is oops, which is the Q4 holidays to target. So of course there's Halloween, there's Small Business Saturday, there's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, and New Year's. So this is the perfect time to be in this conversation because we can start to effectively plan and strategize. What do we want to do for the rest of the next, 3 months, this last quarter of this year? And this is the time where people are wanting to spend, they're splurging on their loved ones, buying gifts and whatnot. And personally, for me, this is actually a conversation I just had today with my business partner. We want to do um, a New Year's offer. So, you know, New Year's, is a great time to promote something if you're a gym or in the motivational space, if you're a consulting business, if you're, gosh, just about any business, right? So plugging that back into ChatGPT as well. What kind of New Year's promotion can I create for my business? What kind of Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, and so on. What offers can I create for um, my business? I want to just pause here. I just want to pause here and see if there's any questions that you guys have. How far out should you plan your social campaign? That's a great question, Sally. Um, Jeff Bezos, founder and former CEO of Amazon, he talks about planning entire, years ahead, right? So when everybody says, you had a great quarter, Q4 2024, that was a great quarter for you. He's like, he's already thinking about Q4 in 2025 and planning and making arrangements and making decisions that will impact into the next year. So I say that all to say that um, it's a really great question. Planning is one of those activities that even for myself, we don't want to do, or I don't want to do necessarily, but it's a very strong and it's a very important activity to focus on. So much so that Stephen Covey actually wrote a book on this called, I think it was The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And in it, he talks about the time management matrix. I'm going off script a little bit, but I think this is important to note. He talks about the time management matrix where we have all these tasks that come up. And he created a matrix. So there's the important tasks and then the urgent tasks. So important and urgent are things like crises, emergencies, your kid gets sick, you need to go to the pediatrician, last minute deadlines. Then there's the not important and urgent things that are interruptions, meetings, um, where we want to be and where we want to spend as much time as possible is in the important and not urgent. So that includes planning, preparation, and strategizing, relationship building, coming onto calls and webinars like these to study and learn. And so I say it all to say, Sally, this is the best time to plan for our holiday campaign. It starts now. So yeah. Um, but you can start to plan out your whole 2025 as well. Yeah, wouldn't stop you from doing that either. So let's see. So next steps here, we really want to complete the offer research guide. That's going to be the first step if you're on this call today. So going through the offer research document, going through Groupon, Facebook ads library, and finally ChatGPT to assimilate based on real world data, what's working in the real world in the real markets, and putting that onto an offer page or an offer document, a research document. And step number two would be to complete the implementation roadmap that we're about to go over right now. And you can always feel free to book a consultation with myself. or one of the other amazing consultants at the SBDC to help with this, to help with this implementation roadmap or any other areas that you need help with. I want to quickly say that, there's amazing consultants in the credit counseling space, in the funding space, if you need help getting grants, or even setting up a business, registering a business. There's specialists, and if I can't help you myself, I can always point you in the right direction with somebody who can at the New Jersey Small Business Development Center. So I created this 8-step offer launch roadmap to hit the ground running so that you guys can take actionable steps right after this webinar, or as this webinar is going on right now. Don't let me stop you. Feel free to start. So I want to mention this, creating a website if you don't already have one. I've builder tools that range from free to paid, if you don't have a website already. So here's the website tools that I would recommend. There's Wix, WordPress, Go High Level, which I think they're all great. I think they're all great. Yeah, Glenda, GoDaddy. Yeah, I haven't used too much of GoDaddy's website builder. I've used GoDaddy to purchase the domains, like www.shawdigital.com. You can use GoDaddy to buy domains. I haven't used their website builder specifically, Shauna, but if you have experience with that, let me know. Yes, honorable mentions to Squarespace. There's a bunch. There's a bunch out there. Shopify, if you're a retailer or an e-commerce business owner, Shopify is really great if you're in the e-commerce space. But here's the 3 that, just to keep it simple, WordPress is going to be a little bit, to be honest, from my experience, a little bit more advanced. That's if you want really, if you want to hire a developer and get very advanced with your website, and you want to, it's definitely the most expensive choice. I would say in personal experience using WordPress. Wix is going to be your beginner friendly website builder. Very easy to use GoDaddy, apparently. Carrie Ann, thank you for that. So yeah, Wix, GoDaddy, those are going to be the really easy ones to set up, and High Level as well. I would highly recommend High Level and Wix. Lark, that's a really good point. The advantage of WP WordPress is that you use your own code. With Wix, when you stop paying, you no longer have anything. It's a really good point. Yeah, there's pros and cons to each of the platforms that we have here, and perhaps we can talk more about it in the Q&A session, but these are the ones that I would personally recommend. All right, feature your new offer on your website and your social media. So once you've created the offer document, then you can go to market, essentially placing your offer all over your social media pages if you have them set up already, your website if you have that set up already as well. Start featuring your new offer on the descriptions, on the call to actions of the website and social media pages, because people are going to see, because now we're going to be doing outreach. So there's many types of outreach that we can do. I go in deep in my 2nd class in the curriculum, the internet presence curriculum, about the 3 methods of marketing. Outreach is a whole whole discussion in of itself. You can door knock, you can cold call. There's a lot of ways to do it. The way that I'm suggesting here, sticking with the Facebook theme, is to join 10 new Facebook groups in your target community. Who is your target community? It's the people that, your customer avatar, the people that you said that are interested in buying your products and services. So you can easily find this on Facebook. Facebook group communities are a great way to get into the conversation, to network and collaborate with people who have been in this industry for a while, find relationship partners, referral partners, affiliates, and future clientele. So here's an example. You go to facebook.com and you type in groups. Actually, that's not how you do it. Let me show you exactly how to do it, just so you have that information. Okay, so once you're on Facebook, you would come to the search bar here. Actually, you can just type or click on the groups thing on the top left, and then you can search for groups. So, as you can see, I've been doing a lot of work with short-term rental investors, but let's say you're in the um I saw someone's talking about beauty. Yeah, so let's say you're in the beauty industry. So let's just start with a generic search and see what we get. So all things beauty and business, interesting. Beauty, hairstylist, buy, sell, and trade, salon, tools and equipment, interesting. Beauty aesthetics. So you can do this for every single industry, give or take. And how about the tire business? Glenda, I'm going to take you up on that. Let's see. Tires. So yeah, there are groups on Facebook that buy, sell, or trade tires and wheels, tires, wheels, um, in New York, PA, and New Jersey. These would be your go-to groups. These would be your go-to groups that you can start to connect with people, post about your offer, and just get into the community. You know, this is basically the virtual equivalent of door knocking. Um, only you can do it a lot more effectively and in your target audience. So let's go back to the okay, there we go. Back to the webinar. Okay. So once you've joined those 10 new groups on Facebook, you can literally do this right now. You can start to um, post about your offer. And the way that we're doing this right now, the way that we're seeing success in launching new offers is not to launch the new offer and say, buy my stuff outright. It's actually to ask people in your target community and your target customers to answer a survey. Um, so the flow would basically be like, hey, you know, people in the beauty industry or people in the tire industry. I can't think of so many examples right now, but yeah, basically asking people, hey, I'm putting together an offer. I would love to get your feedback and your candid and your honest feedback on this offer. You know, the price points and what should be included, what shouldn't be included, and this is a great way to just get offer feedback to further validate your ideas in your offer research document. And it can also open up the conversations for potential clients. I was just talking to a short-term rental investor, and I was telling them about our offer, and he said, "Let's talk. I would like to uh, he's interested in working together and becoming a client. So we have a call on Monday, and that's all set up. And that all came from joining groups and DMing 10 new people every single day. And I personally do 30 people every single day. And I have a counter on my phone just to make sure I'm consistent with that at the bare minimum. But I'm requesting all of you to join the 10 new Facebook groups and to DM, that means direct message, 10 new people in these Facebook groups every single day, every single work day. So fun Monday through Friday. And what this will do is it'll get people interested in what you're doing. At the very least, they're going to see your message and then potentially click on your profile, which ideally you'll have your offer set up on your profile on your website so that it shows them what you do when you start the outreach process. Outreach can be very manual, and so we want to have these foundational items already set up so they instantly get, oh, okay, this person is an aesthetician, esthetician. Should probably chose an easier trade. But yeah, that would be the hand-to-hand combat, if you will, of DMing and outreaching to people every single day. And then my request is to pitch your new offer after you get into conversation um with people doing this exercise, reaching out to 10 new people every day. Pitch your new offer to 3 people this month. And I'm really trying to put the pressure on because you won't know until you ask. There's a Bible verse about this, asking you shall receive. But basically, you want to get as much feedback. We're just in the research and development phase. We're not trying to sell. That's not the main goal. The main priority is to refine the offer and the pricing and create a truly irresistible offer that your customers want and need. And there's a big need in the marketplace based on customer feedback. This is the ultimate intention or goal of what we're doing here. If we make sales, great, right? That's icing on top. But really, what we're trying to do is create an irresistible offer so that we can go to market with this irresistible offer using paid ads. And now you have the confidence because you've stress tested it, 10 different times with 10 different people. And you're getting positive feedback. Um, or maybe your offer was terrible and people didn't like it and they told you to change it completely. And now you have a revised version of it that you can feel confident going to the market and spending your hard-earned dollars on advertising. Okay, I want to stop here because I know I covered a lot. I just want to quickly go through the chat. Is there any big questions about what we just went over? Facebook accounts are tricky. When joining, the admins don't allow much advertising. Joanna, this is a great point. Some some admins of the group are not going to be are not going to want spammy or sales posts on their group because it's their group and they can dictate what goes on their group or not. In this case, I would really stress and urge to post a survey, not a spammy post, but more of like, hey, I'm a student, I'm learning, I'm trying to network, I'm trying to connect. And I think I have something. I think I have, based on my experience, I think I have a brand new offer that could really blow the lid off and really help a lot of people in this industry. But I need feedback. I'd love to hear from you guys and connect. And that's all it's the most honest and authentic way you can go about this because it's the truth. You're not um you're really looking for research and you're really looking for feedback at this point. So Joanna, I would I would urge you to go in there with the mentality of asking for feedback as opposed to yes, more of an educational post. Absolutely. No. Sally, yep. What do you say in the DMs of the 3 new people? Great question, LaDonna. Great question. Okay, so let me share. So this is what I do. Um, don't feel like you have to do it the same way as me, but personally, this is what I send. So hey Isabella, we saw we're both in an STR group that stands for short-term rental investors and wanted to connect. I'm doing a little research and I wanted to see if I could ask you a few questions. That's it. I've refined this, by the way, over the weeks of launching this new campaign. And I started off a little bit too salesy and I kind of just refined it and refined it. And now, you can see not everybody responds to me, but sometimes I get people who answer me and um, people who want to have our conversation and people who are genuinely looking to help. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the people who want to help. And it's not going to be 100% of people, but it's going to be some. Okay, I want to make sure I get to, oops. I want to make sure I get to the end of this slide so I can go over questions. Okay. Oh, there's questions in the Q&A as well. All right. Perfect. So this is the last step. The last step being go into market with a new offer using paid ads. Um, just wanted to show you the anatomy of a Facebook ad. This is alluding to our next webinars or my next webinar concerning really deep diving into creating your advertisement. So there's really three main aspects. There's the primary text that you see above, there's the image or video creative, and then the call to action. And so through this process, we're going to refine and find our offer and then basically map it to the Facebook ad. And that is the 8-step offer launch roadmap. If you are needing help with this, if you want to work with me on this and really deep dive into the offer document, the research, and then creating the roadmap, doing the launch roadmap together, feel free to register for counseling with the New Jersey Small Business Development Center. You can follow this URL. I'll post, oops. I think Uzma was going to post it, chat.
Yeah, you can definitely put it in the chat.
Okay.
We'll also just show you. But yeah, go ahead and you can put that in the chat. The key thing there, I like to notify our attendees, is that the third line that Christian has put there, make sure to specify you're seeking assistance with internet presence from Christian Shop. So if you end up going to just our website and not that specific link, it could end up that you'll just go to our entire database to wherever, the registrations go based off on which county you reside in New Jersey. So if you just follow our regular link, there will be like a text box where you specify what type of assistance you're looking for. Make sure you put in Christian's name and internet presence. Just say you attended this webinar on this date. You would like to speak to Christian Shop. All right, let's go into Q&A. It's 1:18.
Yep.
We'd love to be done with everything by 1:30. I think it was a great webinar. Everything was our audience was very interactive. So definitely, and then you answered questions through there too. So I think everyone got really great value from this. Let me see. I have 4 questions in the Q&A box. I'm not sure. All right, so we have a thing. Can you go back to the paid ad page? Okay, we're there. We'll recording. Okay, so we'll just go in the order of the questions that we receive them. Larry says, will we get a copy of this presentation recording at the end? Larry, it won't be emailed to you. What you can do is just follow the links that are being shared in the chat. The copy of the presentation you can get by completing the survey. Just let us know give us feedback on the speaker, Christian, or just give us on what topic you'd like to hear from us and what we can shape our curriculum to be. Simple as that. Complete that survey, you'll get the link to the presentation. Recording, you can find it available on YouTube channel in a couple of days. Won't be more than 2. So that's that. Parker says, we are a production company, a technology startup. We are also in a low income community. After speaking with the community members and business owners, I see people saying robbing Peter to pay Paul. I like to make services cheaper, but production costs, especially if they want brand recognition and quality marketing. They have no marketing budget. What do you suggest?
I suggest refining the target customer audience. So this is something we learned again and again in the past 7 years that I've been in business for myself. It's that, whenever I'm not making sales, it's because I'm not focused on a specific niche. And so for you, Parker, I would definitely suggest and we can go over this in more in depth in a consultation. This is more of a broad overview, but really refining who is the perfect customer for you and how can you create marketing messages such that they're compelled to work with you. I know this is hard because we want to help everybody and I want to help everybody, but unfortunately we can't help every single person. And so I would really advocate for finding, the perfect clientele that you like to work with, the people that you like and have a good relationship with, and focusing on how to create a perfect offer for them.
Yep. And if you just need more assistance, all you have to do is schedule a one-on-one with Christian, and that definitely will bring more detailed help, hopefully. Next question is from Evita. How helpful is incorporating SEO within your digital advertising plan? What are some resources that you can use to help? Any recommendations?
It's incredibly helpful, Evita, in the long term. It's incredibly unhelpful in the short term.
I like
Brand,
that answer.
it's the truth, right? Like the brand,
It's the
like
truth.
if your brand, if you see yourself owning your business and your brand for years and decades, then SEO is definitely something you want to invest into, just like any other brand activity, attending community events, getting yourself out there, doing these brand building activities. However, you're not going to see any short-term results. You'd be lucky if you see results in the first 6 months to a year, because there's a lot of competition. SEO is hard, um, and it works, but there are people who have been at it for years, I'd imagine in your target industry, that's been working on their SEO for a while. And so I'm not trying to discount or discredit. Um, I would just try to find what are the low-hanging fruits for your business that you can focus on um, uh, to get your business to the next level, and then start thinking about the broader strategy of SEO and brand building. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah. Yep. And I think I'm noticing sort of a theme, not in just marketing, but correct me if I'm wrong, Christian, but it's also a lot about experimenting, especially in marketing. But I think as business owners, if anything, there's anything that small business owners could say, it's that experimenting, trying this and tweaking it and fixing it and tweaking it again and seeing if that works. I think you mentioned this too. But with marketing, especially, if something that a trend that was, trending past 6 months and it's not suddenly trending anymore, don't continue just badgering on with that.
Totally. I totally agree as well.
Yep. Yep. So that's a repetitive theme. We don't have any more questions. If we still have about 5 minutes, if there are any more questions. If not, then again, I'll just repeat that please schedule a one-on-one if you'd like to speak to Christian. Follow the link that was shared earlier. We'll just put it in the chat again. Our webinar assistant is also putting the links. You can open them right now. Or you can just go to our website and go from there. All right, so I'll just start sharing my screen. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it, Chris. Let me go and go. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, this is NJSBDC.com. I am just going to take a minute or two to go over this really quickly. Um, this is what we mean when we say just go to our homepage and you'll find everything. The first thing that you'll see is the request for counseling. If you follow this, if you go to our homepage and put in your information to request counseling, you won't be directed to the specific page for counseling with Christian. But in the text box, you can say that you'd like to speak with Christian for marketing purposes. Other things that I'd like to share with you are our event schedule calendar. We have blog posts. We have the page for a podcast still that we used to do. We have a new show, Empowered to Grow, that is on YouTube. Then we have our resources and toolkit page. That's really great. We'll just take 30 seconds to quickly just go over that one. This is the resources and toolkit page that we compiled during the pandemic time, but it's still very useful. Federal business resources, anything for templates that you want to find, business plan, marketing plan, financial plan, any local chambers of commerce that you want to get to know of, funding resources, incubators, things like that. So that's definitely something for you to check out. Take a minute or two and check it out. The next thing that I do want to show is go to the events tab. go to the NJ Thrive Small Business Webinars tab, and that'll direct you to our YouTube channel. This is where all the webinars, including this one, are stored. This is where they're housed. We've been doing this for 2-3 years now, maybe even more. And this is where all the topics, webinars end up. So anything you're interested in, go and check it out. The next thing that I do want to show is events tab again, statewide events. I think I saw a comment or a question coming in earlier that said, do you have Spanish speakers? And yes, we do have Spanish speaking counselors, as well as we do have events in that. So if you go to this tab, you'll find that events and workshops until December from our entire statewide program. So whether it's e-commerce, business plan, microloans and lending, whether it's on social media, food truck company, whatever it is, in English and in Spanish, you'll just have to look on what it is, whether it's online or in person, whether it's free or there is a fee. So you'll find it all here on this page. Let's see, and I think that's pretty much it. So definitely just take a minute or two out of your day and go through it. Next, upcoming webinar on next Thursday, October 31st, how to use generative AI while mitigating cyber risk. This will be with Michelle Schapp, one of our NJSBDC cybersecurity consultant. If you're interested on this topic, it's a new topic that we're doing this webinar on, how it is a powerful tool, but also a potential risk for a small business. We're taking cybersecurity for small businesses very, very seriously, as everyone should. All right, and we've helped in the past 46 years, so many small businesses start, grow, and thrive. No cost small business consulting training events starting at $0, just like this one, and exclusive small business resources. All right, thank you all so much for attending. Thank you, Christian, for doing this for us. Thank you for participating. We hope that you found this valuable, and we hope you join us for the next webinar as well. Bye and take care.